Welcome to episode 38 of Sport SA Daily Diary. Today we challenge a South African touch rugby player, Kaylee Nel. Hey Kaylee, how are we doing today?
I'm very good, thanks to yourself, Adam.
Yeah, no, very well, thank you. How's Derbs? How's the lockdown? Have you been managing to get any exercise in or training or anything?
I'm trying my best with the few equipment that I have, but only so much that you can do in these terms.
Yeah, I was chatting to one of the netball girls earlier and just saying with the ball sports or people that play ball sports, it's a bit more difficult because you don't really have the space or the ability to train those sorts of skills.
Yeah, unless you have a big open area like a garden, that's the best that you can do, or work on some drills and just try and keep fit. That's probably the most important thing at this time.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Kaylee, you're playing a different sort of sport and you started pretty young. You are into touch rugby. Tell us about how you found touch rugby.
Well, I think it started from maybe when I was about 14 years old. They had a boys team at my school, and I thought, I want to play that. I want to try that out. Rugby's always kind of been a big thing in my family, so I thought the next best thing would just be able to play touch rugby. So yeah.
And were you easily accepted into playing with the boys, or was it a bit of a difficult start for you?
Well, I think it's always going to be difficult for a girl coming into a male-dominated sport, but I made quite a few friends, so I think it was an easy transition. It was good.
Okay, and when did you find a girls' team to start playing in?
Oh, that must have been maybe when I was about 15, 16, around about there. I decided, well, I couldn't always play proper games like matches and tournaments with the boys. So I decided, well, I want to try out with the girls team and got a few friends to join me, and that's how the sport grew in Crawford, yeah.
Okay, excellent. And then you quite quickly got your provincial colours. That
Yeah,
must have been an exciting time.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about that. How did you get to that level?
I was actually playing a tournament, like an inter-school tournament, and the referee came to me, and I had no idea who he was. And he was actually the coach for KZN, for the girls' side, for touch rugby. And he came up to me and he said, well, I think you have a lot of potential. Maybe you should come to some training camps. And I didn't know at that stage that touch rugby was that big. So being able to go with him and let him show me the ropes, that's just how I started growing. Yeah.
And that first training session that you went to, was it quite a bit of a step up from what you had experienced or been exposed to before?
Definitely. I was so nervous. I remember getting there and just seeing all these people being able to spin the balls different ways and using their left hands, and I could only play with my right hand. So it was really it was difficult because I felt like I was thrown into the deep end. But everyone was so accepting and they love having touch rugby is such a close community. So when someone new comes in, I think we just accept them and we just want to grow them and just grow the sports in general. So I think from there I just carried on and I blossomed.
And were you playing in a mixed team or was it an all-girls side you were playing in?
In the start, I only played for girls. At that stage, we didn't have any mixed teams.
Okay. And then international call came up for the junior side. Take us through that.
I was 18 years old, so I was in matric. So that was a very difficult time for me. Had to really choose between my academics and writing trials and exams and going overseas. So we played a tournament beforehand, I think in 2017. So I was 17 years old. And we had selectors there that we we didn't know about. So as soon as they came up after the tournament, we got our prizes, prize giving, and they just announced that they've chosen a South African side to go over to play the Youth World Cup in Malaysia. Obviously, I was just sitting there, not knowing what was going on. I really didn't expect it. And they called my name for the mixed side. And I honestly, I don't know, I probably burst into tears. I had no clue what was going on. I was just so overwhelmed. And yeah, that's just how it went down. And from then on, I went to Joburg and Cape Town for training camps. So I really had to balance out my school life and my touch rugby life very accordingly.
How did you manage to balance that time? I mean, matric's not exactly the easiest time as it is. Now you're having to balance travel and studying, and I mean, how did you get through all of that?
I think my teachers helped me quite a bit. They were very understanding, so they would give me for like certain assignments or homework. They would be very lenient to due dates. They would probably give me like 2 days extra. But I think also my mom helped me a lot to study. So she would come in and try to help me with notes or ask me questions to make sure that I know my work quite well. But yeah, it was a very difficult time for me.
Yeah, I'm sure. And tell us about that trip over to Malaysia and representing your country for the first time. That must have been something quite unexpected.
That was honestly probably the best experience I've ever had in my life. Going over with your teammates and just creating all these new bonds and meeting people from all over our country that I didn't even know could play touch rugby. That was something. You just become a close-knit family, especially in my team, in my mixed team. Yeah, we got to travel around Malaysia for a few days just to acclimatize. The weather was, I'm not even kidding, it was like 50 degrees. I was dying. But yeah, we got to spend a lot of time in Malaysia, got to really experience the culture. We went to a few of there were temples. It was beautiful. And the games, we had game days. We got to meet all the different countries and sing our national anthems. It was honestly something that I won't soon forget.
And how did you guys match up in the tournament?
My team came third, so we got a bronze. We got to bring a bronze medal home. Yeah.
Excellent. Well done. That's great. Tell me, before the matches, do they play the national anthems of each country? And if so, that must have been, again, quite a goosebump moment for you.
Yeah, well, we didn't get to play it for every game because we were tight on time where there were so many countries. But we did get to sing our national anthem in the beginning ceremony in front of everyone, in front of different people, all the different countries. And then at the closing ceremony, we got to sing it again, especially when we got our medals. And that was honestly, it felt like I was representing all the people at home. So not only the people that were just sitting there watching, I was able to sing my national anthem, bringing it to a foreign ground. It was something. It made me really proud to be a South African.
Yeah, I'm sure it must have been a very special moment, especially at such a young age. And now you studying science. That's a very interesting choice and a bit far away from the world of rugby.
Yeah, well, I'm studying sports science, so it's very close.
And what is the aim with that degree?
Well, I really want to go into training rugby players. I want to go into trying to go into like conditioning for all the different teams. So if I could one day be able to be put close to the Sharks and start training academy level, that would be amazing, and just grow myself from there.
And in terms of your rugby career, what's on the cards there? I believe you're training currently for the Euro Champs in Nottingham.
Yes, I am. So far we were supposed to be already, training. I should have been in Joburg at the moment. We were supposed to play in, I think it was July, go over to Nottingham to play the Euro Champs. But obviously now with lockdown and all of this going on, so it's been postponed to next year. I'm not too sure the date. I think they're still confirming. But yeah, I'm going to try and carry on with touch as much as possible. But I first kind of I want to focus a bit on my degree and sort that out and get that behind me. But I don't think I'm going to stop touch anytime soon.
Is the aim to play for the national team at senior level?
Yes, it definitely will be. So I'll be playing for Europe, for the Europe champs. I'll be playing senior level, but I want to make it to World Cup level with seniors. So I'm going to try to push myself till there and work hard.
When is the next World Cup?
I think that will be in 2 years' time.
Okay. Well, it sounds all very interesting and sort of appetizing for a young girl of your age. Is touch rugby a sport you would recommend to younger girls that may be looking at different sports and maybe getting into a team sport such as touch rugby?
Oh, definitely, 100%. I think that touch really it's like an overall sport. Anyone can play it. No matter if you are just a normal netball player or you're a hockey player, I think everyone is on the same level. Touch is a very fast sport. It's very competitive. We have so many leagues in Durban at the moment. There's about like two maybe leagues that we all compete in. There's school level. I think it's just an overall, it's a good sport to get into because not only is it just for boys, it's for girls too. So I think it's just the community level is just so accepting of everyone that we would do great. Anyone would do great.
And has there been anyone that's played a specific role in your career to date that you would say, okay, that's my mentor, or that person's really had an impact on my career in touch rugby to date?
Well, I think there has been so many, but I honestly feel that maybe I'd say one of the Gauteng coaches, Daniel Ackerman, he's really now recently actually taken me under his wing, trying to improve my skills to get me to senior World Cup level. At the moment, I'm playing for his team, for his mixed team for Europe, and I'm excited to see what he has in store for me because he's really helped me out a lot, even since I was a junior. So I think he's really shaped me into a new upcoming player.
And if you had to pick one moment from your career so far that has been the goosebump moment or the best moment that you've had, which would that be?
Oh wow. There's a lot. I think every time I get onto the field, it's a goosebump moment. Every time you score a try, there's not been one try that I said, oh yeah, this is my best. I think it's an overall thing that just being able to play with my team, especially I think when we came, I think it was probably this time. So in March actually, we played we played the finals. KZN versus Eastern Gauteng, and that's one of our biggest rivals. And we were leading, and everyone was really supporting us. And being able to score the first try of that game was really something. Everyone just cheering your name, everyone just carrying on, like it was amazing. Honestly, I think every time you do something well that really makes your team happy and makes everyone else around you happy, you feel valued as a player, and that gives me goosebumps.
Oh, that's a very special moment, and I'm sure there's many, many more to come. Really, your career is just kicking off now. You're a fledgling in the touch rugby world, and we'll be certainly looking out for you in the future.
Thank you so much.
It's been great to chat to you, Kaylee. Thanks very much for your time here on Sport SA Daily Diary. Good luck with your studying. Good luck with your training. Hope the Euro Champs will actually happen sooner rather than later. And hope to see you in the squad for the World Cup.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. Take care of yourself.
Bye.
Cheers. Catch us again tomorrow on Sport SA Daily Diary, where we chat to rugby referee Stuart Berry.